Hey everyone, so today I picked up a new snowmobile track. We're going to be putting on a snowmobile track on my snowmobile. So I got a Skidoo 583, so it's a 121 track. I'm going to put on a 1 1/4 inch lug. It's a 252 pitch. So I'll spin you around here and I'll show you what I got. Alright, so I got a 15 by 121, 15 by 121, 252 pitch with a 1 1/4 inch paddle. It's saying it's 38 pounds. Whether that's a light track or a heavy track, I don't know, but not too worried about it. I'll show you what we got here. It's not a bad looking track. Got a decent lug on it. See if you can't move some of that. Only got one hand here, so it's a bit hard to pull her out. See if you can't pull her out. So, the unboxing of the track. Woo, so pretty. And I don't say much is pretty, but what I'm used to, this is pretty. Used to dealing with used parts a lot. Getting something new like this is like a little kid in a candy store there today. So anyways, I got a 1998 Formula 583. This is what this is going to go on it. This will go on that. Now I'll show you my 583. I got her suspended here from the ceiling on the back end by a strap. We got a hook that goes up through one of the studs and secured up in the ceiling. And then I got this 600-pound strap. It should work. Snowmobile back ends of snowmobiles aren't all that bad, and that should hold it up. As long as my bar here doesn't give out. Backed up off the truck there one day and smacked a tree, so got to be a little bit more careful coming off the truck. But yeah, what happened was last year I was going out and I was doing about 70-80 miles an hour. And the stud ripped the track. Went over a little bump, caught some air, stud come down, connected just right, ripped the section right out of it. Just off the side. I was lucky it didn't break the whole track. I was doing about 70-80 miles an hour, thought the engine blew. Anyways, the engine still ran when I come to a stop, so I was like, huh, what's going on here? And started going. I had a guy in behind me looking at it, and he said, took a section under your track. So I ended up cutting that piece off, and then cutting the piece off and then kind of going in limp mode. Got about 20-30 kilometers an hour out of it, so we got the limper home, which was nice. I didn't have to drag it out of the woods on a skid. We were about 10 miles away from the truck. Could have been a lot worse. Just looking around for the... Oh, here it is here. So here's the section that come out of the track. Tore off pretty good. I ended up cutting this, the right side of it with a knife that I had with me. Cut that off so it wasn't going around smacking it inside the tunnel. Did a bit of damage to the heat exchanger that's on the inside, but it's not, it's not leaking. The coolant's still full, but I'll show you the damage. If you can see up in here. Well, I'll grab a light there after. Once I go and I drop everything down, I'll show you the damage and stuff there that's done. But ended up picking up these skis here a year or two ago. They're 7 inches wide, 7 pounds a piece. They're blown molded plastic. They're pretty. I like them. They're pretty decent for a 121. Like I don't have a lot of groomed trails kicking around my house, so I needed something to try and keep me up out of the snow, so she wasn't sinking and burying herself. So I ended picking these up, and once you get moving there, she stays right up and out of the snow real good. Even when you come to a stop, the front end will be up and the back end will be sunk, but for the most part, she goes through quite a bit of snow for what she is. Alright, well, I'm gonna show you a few steps there and what I'm going through, and kind of take you through my walkthrough of changing my snowmobile track. But for you guys that never changed a snowmobile track before, you're gonna have to drop the rear skid down here. So you got a bolt up here, you got some bolts here, and then there's a bolt up here, and that'll drop down the skid, and you can pull out the skid, and then you'll have to take your clutch, I believe, for no, you got to take your chain case apart. There's a couple bearings in there, you got to be careful, a couple seals if you're not going to change your bearings and stuff. But I would get ready to change your bearings. It's a good practice to change your bearings while you're in your chain case, change the oil while you're there. I have a few things already taken apart. I had to do a starter job on this here the other day and weld up a few pieces on my exhaust, so I got that over on the workbench hiding right now. But yeah, you're gonna have to take apart your chain case, and so you can get your drive shaft and stuff out, because your drive shaft's gonna hold your track in from getting it out after you drop your skid. So I'll walk you through a few steps there after a bit and give you some insight of what I'm doing.